and welcome back to Kotaku XP. I'm Tim Rogers.
I am Gita Jackson.
And we're here pre-recorded from the Kotaku.com skyscraper.
Were you about to say that we were live?
Yeah. Well, this was
We're not live.
This was a joke that I established during my quote-unquote joke that I established during my E3 quote-unquote broadcasts, where I would hold the microphone and say, "Welcome back. We're pre-recorded." I was hesitating before saying it.
Okay.
So it was unfortunately, like so many things that seem natural in this world, affected.
That joke was also pre-recorded.
That was a pre-recorded joke. So, you know what this week has been like to me? This is the week after E3. So you've got E3.
Yeah.
Right?
And he was at E3.
I was there. My boots were on the ground.
They certainly were.
By which I mean my shoes.
His sneakers.
Were on the ground. Yeah, my Jordans. So I was there. The week after E3, which is the most exciting week of the year for video games, always feels very weird.
Yeah.
So here's what it felt like to me. You know when you make a tweet on Twitter, like you tweet something, and while you're writing the tweet, you go, "Ah, man," and you just envision the exact tedious joke that someone is definitely going to make, and then you go, "I've got to make this tweet. I can't not make it," and you click tweet, and then you see that little rotating thing. They call that a throbber in the UI design field.
That's gross.
The throbber.
That's really gross.
You see a throbber, and it just keeps turning around and around, and you're like, "Oh, my tweet's not posting." So then, on a hunch, you open Twitter in a separate tab or a window if you're using Internet Explorer in like 1999, and you open it up and you type twitter.com, and you see you have one notification, and you click on it, and not only did your tweet actually post in that inactive tab, someone already replied with that exact tedious joke.
Yeah.
That's what the week after E3 feels like, in my opinion. And you know who you are, people who make that joke.
The way that you actually end up being friends with people on Twitter is to not make that joke.
Yeah.
And also to read the replies to a tweet you're replying to before you reply to it.
And don't
make the same fucking joke as everybody else is making.
There's like 3 jokes that everybody makes on every tweet, and they differ from tweet to tweet.
Yeah.
They're not this. It's not the exact same 3 jokes on every single tweet. It's 3 different ones. It depends on the tweet. So they come from a bucket of about 20 jokes, like total, that anyone is allowed to use.
Nothing more like despairing than opening a joke that I made that I think is really good to see maybe upwards of 10 people riffing on it in the same not as funny way.
Uh-huh.
The exact same way. And it's like, this could have been solved if you read the replies.
It seems like this is like a very tenuous discussion to be having, though this really is what E3 feels like.
Yeah.
It's you're seeing video games that are like, this is what you want, right? And you're like, well, sort of, yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Especially as you get older and like more savvy about how video game companies operate, how developers operate. You see announcements and you're like, yep.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew that tedious joke was going to get made.
Yep.
And that person is a Twitter follower of mine, so. Anyway, we're here. We're going to talk about E3.
We're going to talk about 3 things about E3.
3 things about E3. The electronic 3, as it were.
Yes, 3 things about the electronic 3.
So I just want to actually go back real quick to talking about tedious people on the internet. When we called it Electronic 3 in the previous episode, we said Electronic 3, that's what it's called.
Yep.
There was a guy in the comments who said it's not called Electronic 3.
There was a bunch of guys in the comments.
So that's what I'd said like about the E3 from a year ago, and I said it about this year's E3. And there were people in the comments who, referencing that, said, "Oh, Electronic 3, this guy doesn't even know what it's called." And they were like they were referencing the reference and being funny about it. And then there were also some people in the comments who, and again, this breaks my brain because I don't know if they were being serious or not. There were people in the comments. I'm like, I'm crying because of this.
Yeah.
No, it's very bright lights. So my eyeballs are itching. There were people in the comments who were like, I'm not actually sure if this is a joke or not, so I Googled it, and it is Electronic Entertainment Expo, which is wrong. It's
Electronic 3.
Yeah, so it's like somebody vandalized the Wikipedia. So there's people who are being like, I actually Googled it. And it's like, were those people sincere? The people saying they Googled it, were they sincerely thinking that we were wrong?
Someone got in a fight in the comments, and I read that fight, and I thought it was incredibly funny.
Yeah.
It's called Electronic 3.
Yeah, it's Electronic 3.
That's what it is.
Because in the beginning there was Nintendo, Sega, and Sony.
Those are the Electronic 3.
They were the
Electronic 3.
The Electronic 3.
That's also the name of my noise rock band.
The Electronic 3.
Yeah.
And there's only 2 of you in the band.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the important
That's a
part.
joke, yeah.
Yeah, that's it's a joke about, it's like the third of the Electronic 3. It's just the idea of electronicity itself.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, my nose is itching like I'm allergic to something. Has somebody in this room been around a cat recently? You? Yeah. Okay.
Producer has been around a cat.
We got a guy who's been around a cat. So
Sorry,
I have this.
Tim.
I just have like the side of my nose just starts to itch, and I keep touching it whenever there's a cat or cat hair nearby. Whenever I'm like trapped, like locked in a room with the residue of feline.
Are you also allergic to doing recaps of E3? Because that's what we're about to do.
Yeah, that's also it. So the
Yeah.
3 things we're going to talk about with the Electronic 3. What happened? What didn't? And what will happen?
Those are the 3 things.
So, in other words, yeah, we're doing E3 of 2019 predictions today.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah. So let's start with E3. What happened?
What happened?
So, the big question people always ask every year at E3 is, who won E3? So, I got to tell you, my boots on the ground, you know, as a common soldier, it's really hard to see who's winning or losing. It's just chaos and screaming. So you were here from the quote unquote comfort of the Kotaku.com
Mostly,
fortress.
my bed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the
sleep in
Kotaku.com
the
fortress
office.
is anywhere that a Kotaku.com employee is.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
So what does it seem to you? Who do you think won? E3?
I see more people talking about Smash than any other thing that was announced at E3.
Uh-huh.
I personally I don't care that much about Smash.
What?
I want to play it with my friends so that there is a new Smash is exciting to me.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to buy it, and me and my friends are going to sit down and play it a lot. But I don't necessarily care about the particulates of Super Smash Bros. However, the games that, although many of them had no release dates, the games that were discussed and shown off at the Sony press conference were the ones that were most exciting to me.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima looks incredible. That Japanese maple looks so beautiful. I'm still
Beautiful
not over it.
trees.
Yeah.
Beautiful leaves.
Beautiful leaves.
Beautiful grass.
I could live in that trailer. I thought
Beautiful
it was great.
glass.
And Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Again, no release date, just a trailer, but it looks so cool. It looks so cool.
So IMO, Cyberpunk 2077 is the winner of E3 because that trailer looked crispy.
It did look crispy.
It looked really good. And there was did you see William Gibson had tweeted about how it just looks like a reskinned Grand Theft Auto or whatever. It's like William Neuromancer Gibson. Let me tell you something, Bill Gibb. First of all, look at the very first line of Neuromancer is the sky was the color of a television tuned to a dead channel. You know what a television tuned to a dead channel looks like now? It's bright like crayon blue. Yeah. So I mean, come on, man. You didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that is what TV was going to look like?
We literally live in a cyberpunk dystopia. I feel like the more it looks like a reskinned GTA, the more accurate it is about what cyberpunk actually is.
And it's based on the Cyberpunk 2020, which, obviously we have some idea what 2020 is going to look like now.
Yeah,
right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So 2077, you move it up, bump it up. I think it looks good. I mean, right now it's like 2018 and just kids with their Oculus Rifts on just everywhere,
Yeah, I think it was Mello Makes on Twitter said this joke that is a good joke that I also believe should become true, which is MOP has to make a new version of the song Annie Up for people that get robbed for their Oculus Go's.
Yeah, boom.
That they should there should just be a new verse about stealing people's Oculus Go's and robbing them because they're in VR in public.
Everyone is going to be on VR in public within the next 3 or 4 days.
MOP is going to make so much money off that new song.
Yeah.
If any rapper that wants to make a song about robbing people for their Oculus Go, I am on board.
Yeah.
I am on board. Let that be the herald of us entering the cyberpunk dystopia.
Will it be the number one most stolen item?
If you're on the street wearing an Oculus Go, you're gonna get snatched. Someone's gonna snatch that. That's just going to happen. You can't see anything.
Everybody's on the street staring at their phones.
I would take your wallet out your back pocket. You're just being a fool. Like, come on.
Yeah, but that's the future that we're basically all raring up for. If you buy the game Cyberpunk 2077, you're welcoming that. So
that's true.
I mean, some of us will turn a profit off of that future. So, what else happened at E3? Of all the things I saw at E3, I was impressed by the delicious food at the Sony thing.
Tell me about the food.
It was just little things. They just have little tiny food bubbles for you. There was like some Indian curry thing. So I didn't even eat it, but they were giving out free hot dogs they were making like New York style street hot dogs in their fake New York set for Spider-Man after the press conference. So the press conference, in case you didn't get this from watching it on Twitch, was everyone present was like, first of all, there were very few people there because it was exclusive. I don't know how I got in. So they filled like this room, this church. They built a church and then they like ferried everyone through to the next room to a theater where they showed the Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding stuff. And then they took us all out into this New York City place. And then there was also like a Japanese garden that they built where there's like a band playing music and it's weird, man. So it's like they
spent the big bucks.
They built this whole Disneyland thing. I guess hoping that someone's going to get on a podcast and talk about how crazy it was.
I mean,
which I guess, hey, is this a podcast? No, this is a video, right?
You fool.
So I went. I guess nobody really announced or busted out anything like unexpected, right?
No, everything that was said was things that people thought was going to happen and sort of already knew all the details of.
Yeah.
Like what should have been a great, fun press conference for Bethesda was completely cut by all of us knowing what Fallout 76 was.
Yeah, everybody knew all the stuff.
We all knew all the stuff.
So I guess the only bust out was them just putting the Elder Scrolls 6 logo on that that weird Google Earth looking thing that they did. It's like
that's all they had to do.
That was the big bust out of E3. I can't think of any. We knew there was going to be a Cyberpunk thing. Yeah. Right.
We knew there was going to be another wacky trailer for Death Stranding, which there was.
Yeah, Nintendo had straight up said it. We also knew that so it's like there were no release dates. Like we don't know when Death Stranding's coming out.
It's never coming out.
we don't know when Last of Us 2 is coming out.
Nope.
So I actually just started replaying The Last of Us 1 last night.
Yeah.
For like my 5th time. I just booted it up and started whipping through it. So yeah. So I mean, I guess we're now on part 2 of E3. We're on part 2.
Happen?
Part 2. What didn't happen at E3? And I suppose we've actually been accidentally discussing this.
Release dates didn't happen.
Yeah, there was no release dates, man.
That felt weird to me. It felt weird that I didn't have anything that I felt like I could concretely look forward to.
Yeah.
To like a date.
Yeah. So I realized they didn't announce the God of War release date last year at E3.
Yeah.
And then God of War came out in January. So it's like
great game.
So maybe that's what's going to happen with The Last of Us Part 2 or Chapter 2 or
Hopefully.
I feel like they should call it Game 2. The Last of Us.
Like a tennis match?
2. They messed up by not calling it Some More of Us.
They did mess up by not calling it Some More of Us. I feel like that is just a chump move.
What a shrieking pile of disaster that was, Sony. Call it Some More of Us.
Come on, get back to us. Change the name. It's not too late.
Or you could have called it There's Still Some of Us. Could have called it that, right?
Just like the rest of us.
Yeah, the rest of us. The last of us, the rest of us. Man, I grew up on military bases, which is why I wear NASCAR shirts.
It's required by law.
It's a very difficult statement to explain.
Yeah.
So there was always kids who wore like military paraphernalia shirts and like hats. So it's like a Rangers that was like mess with the best, die like the rest.
Oh, that's so good.
So that's what it said on a Rangers.
That's the
t-shirt.
Hackers thing.
Really?
Yeah, that's in the beginning of Hackers. I just rewatched Hackers, which is a great film.
Yeah. Oh, Hackers.
Yeah. Acid Burn says
Angelina Jolie. Is
Angelina.
If she ever wanted to be a pirate.
She could just be Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, Angelina.
I wonder if
Jolie.
that's her screen name on Sea of Thieves.
Oh, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Angelina Jolie. So, okay, what else didn't happen at E3? We didn't get release
Animal
dates.
Crossing on Switch did not happen.
No Animal Crossing on Switch.
Hint of it. There was none of it. I was devastated.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a lawyer. However, I think a couple people died because of no Animal Crossing on Switch.
I think so.
I think there were a couple.
Nintendo is responsible.
There were a couple of like explosive deaths, like aneurysms and such.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, why didn't they do that? Probably because they're going to do it later. But why not do it right now?
You could do it right now and make me so happy. You could, Reggie Fils-Aime could just come through the store right now and be like, Gita, actually, we got Animal Crossing on Switch right now just for you.
He would say, Gita, I'm here, and we've got a game for you. It's called Animal Crossing, and it's a game everyone loves, especially you. And it's on the Nintendo Switch, available now. That's what he would say.
Oh my God, Reggie, please.
That's how he would say it. Get on in here, Reggie.
Please, Reggie, please.
Get on in here, Reggie.
Come on.
What do you think Reggie's doing right now?
I challenge you, Reggie, to give me personally Animal Crossing on Switch. Just me.
I think Reggie's I think he's playing PUBG Mobile on his iPhone in a jacuzzi right now.
Not even Fortnite for Switch?
Not even Fortnite for Switch. Yeah. He's playing PUBG Mobile. No, on like a Samsung Galaxy. That's what he's doing.
Damn.
And it's not even his. It's like one he found on the bus. That's what Reggie's doing right now.
Reggie's thief. Just thief.
Yeah, god darn guy. Okay, so another thing that didn't happen at E3 2018 was a Square Enix press conference. That's a joke. Pretty good joke, right?
That's actually a great joke.
Because I watched that whole thing.
I laughed out loud in my apartment alone. I was just cackling. I had sent my roommates a text and was like, I'm so sorry if you heard that. I just watched a half hour of trailers with no announcements.
Trailers that we'd already seen for the most part?
Like literally the same Kingdom Hearts trailer. The same exact one that we'd already seen.
I had an alarm set to go off so that I could wake up and watch that in my bed. And I like clipped on a microphone and like, you know, recorded my reactions and everything. And I'm like, oh, this would be the most boring digest video ever because there's just nothing here that's exciting. I didn't even make any good jokes.
At the beginning of the press conference, they were like, please wait until the very end, of this press conference. And everybody after it was over was like, is this like are we being punked? Like, should we wait some more to the very end?
There really was nothing at the very end. There was nothing. So it's like all that we wanted was some Final Fantasy VII Remake stuff. Yeah, right? And there was nothing.
Jason was like, you're on the breakouts for that. That'll be the biggest thing if it happens. And it didn't friggin' happen.
Yeah. So I was sitting there under the covers in my hotel bed. I was wearing a bathrobe, okay? And because I woke up, took a shower, watched Square Enix.
Bathrobes, honestly.
You want to be clean.
Fantastic. I love a bathrobe.
Oh, I love hotel bathrobes.
Oh, man, they're good.
Because you can just mess with it and then throw it on the ground before you leave.
I don't want to know how you're messing with it, dude.
You scream at it.
You just yell at it.
Yeah. Hang it up and yell at it.
You gaslight your bathrobe and then you throw it on the ground.
So then I was like, man, what else do I do today? And I look at my watch, and my watch hilariously was on New York time. So it's like I had to subtract 3 hours every time I looked at my watch. It would not automatically convert to LA time. I don't understand why that was. So I'm like, oh, I have 6 p.m. I got to go to the Sony thing tonight. So what do I do till then? I just went to Target. Because there's like a Target walking distance from my hotel.
Nice.
I had some good Indian food at
Nice.
the Indus, which is a branch of Saffron, which is an LA delicious Indian food court food. That is like my favorite thing to eat when I'm at E3. If you're at E3, just walk to the city Target, go down in the basement, There's a nice food court. There's the Five Guys. Don't go to the Five Guys. Go to the Indus. Get yourself an Indian curry platter
That sounds
with
really
some
good.
delicious rice. Very good samosas.
Ooh.
So, our next topic is what will happen at
Mm-hmm.
E3 2019. I will have more of that Indian food.
Yes.
I will have it, and I will have a very good time.
You will.
I
will,
I'm excited for
under
it,
the
like
threat
right
of
now.
death, get Nintendo to announce Animal Crossing for Switch.
Oh no, they've got to announce it sooner. What if
They
they
do.
announce it at the Tokyo Game Show, which they don't participate in, but they always do a press conference or I guess a Nintendo Direct now in honor on the occasion of. So that's like if we want them to announce it at next year's E3, that means they're gonna listen to us because Reggie's watching.
That's true. I forgot
Reggie's
about
watching.
that.
They're gonna listen. And they're gonna.
Reggie, I don't want it. I want it at the Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, we want it now. Okay,
I
wait.
want it
No, not
now.
now. I want it now for my Nintendo Switch.
I want it.
Yeah, so, well, it's September. So, in
So
September.
which of the
they might
games do you
announce
think are going to come out between now and next E3, and which ones will still be in trailer form at
So,
E3
so
next
there's
year?
there's a chance that Kingdom Hearts is going to come out on January 29th, 2019. There's a chance.
There's a chance.
However,
They committed to it.
it's been like 13 years or so.
I literally do
It's a
not
long
believe
time.
it.
Yeah, it's like it might not. So maybe that'll still be.
I know we're going to get another Death Stranding trailer. What actor do you think will join the cast of Death Stranding?
Oh my God! So we've
next
got
year?
Mads Mikkelsen, we've got Lindsay Wagner, we've got
Lea Seydoux.
and we've got Norman Reedus with his jug full of fetus.
Yep.
Feed us your fetus, Norman Reedus.
Oh,
he
and
has
we've
the
got
fetus in his
Guillermo
throat.
is in it as well.
Oh, GDT.
Danny DeVito.
Oh man. Oh no.
Danny DeVito.
Maybe Danny DeVito is Guillermo del Toro's baby grown up.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's
God, yes.
Guillermo del DeVito.
Yes.
Guillermo del Vito.
That would be so good.
Uh-oh. That's probably gonna happen.
That's probably.
Oh no. Maybe he's gonna get somebody like I'm just trying to think. So Mads Mikkelsen, Kojima likes because he likes the film Valhalla Rising.
That movie is very good.
And so Kojima, I was just discussing this earlier today. Kojima's one of those deep cutters, right? So there's just like an actual personality type. Maybe you know somebody like this who, whenever they first experience something, right, they go straight for like the deep cut.
Yeah.
So it's like they learn about a musician and they go, interesting. And then they try as hard as they can to get as far away from their hits as possible and start listening to like track 7 of like their 5th album.
I used to be
Right?
like this
Yeah.
because I specifically did not want to like the things that everyone else liked. I was an obnoxious person as a teenager.
Yeah. You don't have to do this obnoxiously, though. It can also be a
I
cool
did it obnoxiously. I think it's when people do it in a cool way, it's just because they want to know as much as possible about a given musical
Yeah.
artist or actor or whatever.
I
I
think-
used to watch entire actors' filmographies so I would have a better sense of like their career. That takes a lot of time. And
Yeah.
that's why I stopped doing it. But yeah,
So I feel like Kojima loves Valhalla Rising because he liked to drive, and then he got away and
Yeah.
explored the director's other films.
which at the time he'd only done a couple, so very easy to do.
Yeah. So he just goes straight back to Valhalla Rising. and,
Yeah, I did the same
I
thing.
feel like that's how he became enamored of Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have seen Mads Mikkelsen through any of the big things that he's done. Like now he's in a couple of major Hollywood movies. He was in Doctor Strange, which was not very good, and he was in Rogue One, which, you know.
Yeah.
And
He was in he was in that show Hannibal.
Hannibal, which is a great show, but
Uh-huh.
I do not see Kojima as being a big fan of Hannibal.
Yeah, I mean maybe he is though.
It's very horny and really weird,
It's got food.
and there's
it's
a lot
got
of black
human
goo.
food. There's some gross grotesquerie.
There is.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I like that show. I haven't seen all of it. However, I
Yeah.
will. So what else is going to happen next year at E3?
Let's see.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. Still no release date, but they're going to show it.
Yes.
They're gonna
I
show
think
it.
next year they'll actually show it. I hope next year they'll actually show it. I feel
Yeah.
like Final Fantasy VII fans are just being slowly strangled. Like the air is coming out of their bodies like a balloon where you just are kind of pulling open very slowly a little outlet and it's just kind of whining and Square is just delighting
Oh,
in their
yeah.
agony.
They're all gonna die.
They are all going to
Probably
die.
before that. So I feel like maybe they'll show it at Tokyo Game Show because that's like their thing.
Yeah.
But also, it's not gonna have any stuff.
Next
until
year, I think we'll
next
have
year's
more
E3.
details on Pokemon for Switch.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto 6,
Yeah?
probably next E3.
Probably some kind of flashy trailer.
Yeah. I feel like they've got to make that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and then Elder Scrolls 6.
That or their new EP, which is I want to call
Oh,
it Starlight, but that's
Star
not what it is.
Starfield
Starfield, yeah.
it has a nice logo.
It does have a great
With
logo.
that cool,
I like
the
that logo
circle
a lot.
connecting. Yeah. I mean, why not make one of those a space game, right?
Yeah.
With an Elder Scrolls space game.
I'd love that. That sounds good to me.
They had the Star Trek license forever, and they never made They just made a Star Trek Elder Scrolls. I guess they didn't want to share the money. Is that how that works? Right?
I don't understand.
Probably what it
business.
is. They made like some space battle game.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be at E3 2019. There'll be a new Star
What
Trek.
do you really,
space
really
battle.
want to be D3 2019?
I really want. So Respawn. Oh, Respawn announced their Star Wars. They like
Oh,
they gave the name of
yeah.
it like Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see that at next year's E3,
Sounds good.
and it'll be sweet. That's what I want. I want a Jedi first-person shooter video game designed by the people who made Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
That sounds dope.
Yeah,
I'm
give me
for
this
that.
stuff, right?
I just want Isabelle to be
I-
my friend.
I want Isabelle from Animal Crossing to be in all the games.
Yes, in every single game.
Yeah. Nintendo should
here
make
on
a
out.
single-player action-adventure game starring Isabelle. from
They
Animal
actually should. They should do that 100%. I would buy it immediately.
Crossing. Just put her in Mario Odyssey, just to do like a remake of Mario
Can you
Odyssey.
imagine her jumping around? Just
Yeah.
smiling so cheerfully, and it makes like the bell noise.
Yeah, she's just delighted to be there,
It's so good.
and also is your best friend.
Yep.
And can't die. There's no death.
Yeah, she can't die.
If someone hits her, it just reflects the projectiles and shatters their skull.
hmm People try to hit her, and then they just start crying instead.
And there's just grotesque, like, hamburger handfuls of brains all over the floor because
Yeah.
their heads blow up.
Yep.
That would be gross.
People see her, and they just begin weeping, and then they fall to their knees, and they say, "What can we do? How can we help you? How can we make your life better? Isabelle, you're so beautiful."
They say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And
so
then she
sorry.
says, yes. And their heads explode.
Yep.
Man, how tall do you think Isabelle is in real life?
500 feet tall.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. That's definitely what you were thinking.
Yeah. Is that tall enough? We'll find out next time. Can you imagine a film that's like Isabelle versus King Kong?
She's just so happy the whole time.
And King Kong like pounds his chest and makes a sound.
And she does like this.
And then she goes like this, and then his like throat explodes.
Yeah. That would be friggin' awesome.
And it sprays blood like 800 feet into the air.
That would be so good. I want that.
And Isabelle's
Reggie.
like, oh, I'm sorry. And then Reggie's like, available now on the Nintendo Switch. Let's check it out. That's my Reggie impression. Is that okay?
It's really good.
Yeah. It's all about the hand motion. You ever notice these CEOs when they present things, their elbows are always up here,
Yeah.
right? Because
Okay.
that's where the cameras usually cut down. So, available now on the Nintendo Switch. It's hard to do it with this microphone stand.
What was really getting the goat?
Available now on the Nintendo Switch. Let's take a look. Guys, everybody, okay.
What was really getting me was Phil Spencer. He just kept going like this.
Yeah.
This was the gesture
Uh-huh.
he was making. Just this one. On every single word he said.
We've got it for the gamers. Xbox is better than ever before. Like that.
It's never been a better time to be a gamer.
It's never been a better time to put an Xbox controller in your hand and play an Xbox game on your Xbox. Let's take a look at this Xbox game.
Yeah.
That's my Phil Spencer impression.
Todd Howard was fantastic.
Oh, Todd?
Todd was so charming.
Todd's a
made a joke.
hilarious fellow.
He was like your friend's nice dad. It was great. He was like your friend's nice dad that you like hanging out with a little bit.
Yeah, but you also don't want to ever hang out with him like on purpose.
Yeah.
It's just
you want to wander in the house and like your friend's dad, Todd Howard, is there and he's like, oh, I just made some popcorn, and he's like tells a funny joke.
Popcorn Todd.
Yep, that's what they call him. In the business, called Popcorn Todd.
Give me the popcorn, Todd. Huh?
Todd Coward.
Todd Coward. Feed me the popcorn, or we see what you're up to. If you don't give us the popcorn.
Gives you the popcorn. It's just every time you eat a kernel, you get you get like visions of Skyrim in your mind.
They were popping free popcorn at the Fortnite booth at E3. I ate some of it.
Was it good?
I mean, it was good,
it's
yeah.
popcorn.
But also, it's like, okay. They didn't fill the bag up all the way. They filled it like a quarter of the way.
That is bogus.
I made a video of this.
That's so bogus, man.
I want Tim Sweeney to mail me a full bag of popcorn.
He should.
And I want him to write sorry on it in a black Sharpie.
Tim Sweeney.
And then
do it.
I want to like get permanent brain damage from the fumes of the Sharpie that have seeped into the popcorn because of something Tim Sweeney wrote.
I think that's really good.
Yeah. I want to die by autograph.
That's the name of my post-rock band.
Oh, yeah. You gotta get started on those bands. I believe that's probably enough.
I think that's probably enough.
I have to go to the bathroom, and maybe you do too. Hopefully you're watching this from the toilet, because
that's how I watch my YouTube videos, on the phone while I'm pooping.
Yeah, and you gotta hold it like right up in front of your face like that.
Yeah.
This is my phone. Don't look at my phone, everybody.
Don't look at his phone. Don't look at it.
Don't look at my phone. Okay, bye.
Okay,
we'll see you all later.
See you next week.
Yeah,
Peace.
Please, close the tab. Don't leave a comment, please. No, you can if you want to. Just it's kind of weird.
Tim, stop.
It's just kind of weird.